Charlie Munger, renowned investor and thinker, is famous for his razor-sharp observation. Show me the incentive, and I will show you the outcome. This simple yet profound statement captures the essence of how motivations drive behavior across all areas of life. Whether in business, financial markets, or everyday decisions, incentives shape the choices people make and the results that follow. Munger's insight is revered because it provides a powerful lens for understanding complex systems and predicting human actions. By focusing on what motivates individuals and organizations, we gain a clearer perspective on why things happen the way they do. This foundational idea sets the stage for exploring deeper truths about business strategy, market dynamics, and the intricacies of human nature. Charlie Munger's quote has become a cornerstone for many investors seeking to navigate the complexities of the market. Its appeal lies in its simplicity and the promise of a mental framework that can help predict outcomes. By adopting this model, investors feel equipped to interpret market signals and anticipate shifts with greater confidence. The perceived power of Munger's approach stems from its emphasis on rational thinking and the avoidance of common psychological pitfalls. For those who rely on it, the quote serves not just as advice, but as a strategic edge in understanding market behavior. This allure has contributed to its widespread adoption among both seasoned professionals and newcomers alike. What if a single quote holds the key to understanding why your investment portfolio isn't meeting expectations? This intriguing possibility raises a central question. Could something so seemingly simple be influencing complex financial outcomes? Throughout this video, we will embark on a detailed investigation to uncover the truth behind this enigma. By examining the quote's origins, implications, and its potential impact on decision-making, we aim to reveal insights that may have eluded even seasoned investors. Prepare to challenge assumptions and explore new perspectives as we delve into the mystery that could be shaping your financial results. To truly grasp the significance of the market's trap, it's essential to begin by outlining the structure of our investigation. We will first delve into the hidden context that captivated Charlie Munger, exploring the deeper layers of his thinking that often go unnoticed. Next, we'll examine the widely circulated interpretation of his famous quote, highlighting its popularity and the aspects that are frequently overlooked. By dissecting both the context and the common understanding, we set the stage for a more nuanced analysis. This approach will allow us to reveal the underlying dynamics at play and prepare for a more informed discussion about the market's trap. Have you ever found yourself making an investment decision that seemed almost automatic, or perhaps didn't quite make sense in hindsight? Maybe you bought a stock because everyone else was talking about it, or sold too quickly out of fear. These moments are more common than you might think. Take a moment to reflect on your own experiences. What drove your choices at the time? By considering these situations, we can begin to understand the subtle influences behind our financial decisions. Your story may be more relatable than you realize. A widespread myth surrounds Charlie Munger's famous quote about incentives. Many interpret his words as a guide for predicting the actions of others, especially those in positions of power, like CEOs or politicians. They believe that by carefully analyzing what motivates these individuals, they can anticipate future decisions or outcomes. This approach has become popular in business and political circles, where understanding incentives is seen as a shortcut to clever forecasting. However, this interpretation often oversimplifies the complexity of human behavior and the many factors that influence decision-making. The myth persists because it offers a sense of control and insight, even if it doesn't always lead to accurate predictions. Looking at real-world cases, the Wells Fargo scandal serves as a powerful example of how incentives can shape behavior in organizations. Employees were pressured to meet aggressive sales targets, leading many to open unauthorized accounts for customers. This predictable response to poorly designed incentives resulted in significant harm to both the company's reputation and its clients. The scandal demonstrates how first-level analysis, focusing on the direct effects of incentives, can accurately anticipate outcomes. By understanding the immediate motivations created by reward systems, we gain insight into why certain destructive behaviors emerge. This reinforces the importance of carefully considering incentive structures in any organization. The popular interpretation of investment strategy often emphasizes a passive approach, where the focus is placed on observing market trends and providing commentary rather than taking decisive action. This method tends to prioritize analysis over engagement, leaving investors more vulnerable to unforeseen market shifts. By relying heavily on commentary, investors may miss opportunities to actively manage their portfolios and adapt to changing conditions. Furthermore, this passive stance does little to shield investors from potential future risks, as it lacks the proactive measures necessary for effective risk management. As a result, those who adhere strictly to this interpretation may find themselves unprepared for market volatility and unable to safeguard their investments against emerging threats. Charlie Munger believed that true understanding comes from examining the forces that drive human behavior. Rather than remaining a passive spectator, he focused on uncovering the fundamental incentives that shape decisions and actions. Munger argued that incentives are often the hidden engines behind outcomes, influencing individuals and organizations in powerful ways. By analyzing these mechanisms, he sought to reveal why people do what they do and how systems can be designed to produce better results. This approach allowed him to move beyond surface-level observations and grasp the deeper realities at play. Incentive-caused bias is a concept introduced by Charlie Munger, highlighting how powerful incentives can shape human behavior in unexpected ways. According to Munger, incentives have the potential to override logic, intelligence, and even ethical standards. This means that even highly intelligent individuals may act irrationally or unethically when motivated by strong personal gain. The influence of incentives can be so profound that it distorts judgment and decision-making, often without conscious awareness. Understanding this bias is crucial, as it reveals why seemingly reasonable people sometimes make choices that defy common sense or moral principles. By recognizing the hidden force of incentives, we gain insight into the complexities of human behavior and the importance of designing systems that minimize harmful biases. The FedEx story is often cited as a powerful illustration of how incentives can dramatically reshape behavior. Originally, FedEx paid its overnight workers by the hour, resulting in slow package sorting and frequent overtime. When the company switched to paying workers by the shift, employees quickly became more efficient, completing their tasks faster and reducing costs. This simple change in incentives transformed the entire operation. However, the story also serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting that poorly designed incentives can lead to unintended consequences. It underscores the importance of carefully considering how rewards and motivations influence actions within any system. In medicine, incentive structures can sometimes lead physicians to prioritize procedures or treatments that are more profitable, even when they may not be in the best interest of the patient. For example, the fee-for-service model rewards quantity over quality, encouraging unnecessary tests or interventions. Similarly, in finance, short-term bonuses and performance targets can motivate professionals to take excessive risks or engage in questionable practices, potentially undermining the stability of the institution and their own reputations. These examples illustrate how powerful incentives can override ethical considerations and long-term well-being. Ultimately, the pressure to meet immediate goals may cause individuals to act in ways that conflict with their professional responsibilities and personal values. Charlie Munger cautioned that incentives can act as a form of mental slavery, shaping decisions and behaviors in ways we often fail to recognize. He observed that even highly intelligent people routinely underestimate just how powerful incentives are. These unseen forces can override logic, ethics, and personal values, leading individuals to act against their own best interests. Munger's warning serves as a reminder to scrutinize the motivations behind our actions and those of others. By acknowledging the pervasive influence of incentives, we can better guard against their subtle control and make more conscious choices. So far, our investigation has peeled back the layers of a widely accepted myth, exposing the hidden dangers of incentive-caused bias. What appeared to be harmless motivations have shown a tendency to distort judgment and influence decisions in subtle yet profound ways. The evidence we've uncovered suggests that these biases are not isolated incidents, but rather symptoms of a larger, more pervasive problem. As we delve deeper, it becomes clear that the true challenge lies in recognizing and addressing the underlying mechanisms that allow such biases to thrive. This realization sets the stage for a closer examination of the systems and structures that perpetuate these traps. In the financial world, incentives are carefully designed to influence investor behavior. Rather than simply rewarding good decisions, these systems often exploit psychological biases, steering individuals toward choices that benefit institutions more than the investors themselves. Complex reward structures, enticing bonuses, and persuasive marketing campaigns are crafted to trigger emotional responses, making it difficult for investors to act purely in their own best interests. As a result, many find themselves chasing short-term gains or following trends that ultimately serve the goals of financial firms. The true target of these sophisticated mechanisms is not just the money, but the mindset of the investor. By understanding how these incentives work, individuals can better protect themselves from becoming unwitting participants in a system designed to profit from their decisions. The market is filled with psychological traps that can influence investor behavior in subtle yet powerful ways. FOMO, or the fear of missing out, often drives individuals to make hasty decisions based on the actions of others rather than sound analysis. Social proof amplifies this effect, as seeing large groups invest in a particular asset can create a false sense of security. Loss aversion, the tendency to fear losses more than valuing gains, can lead to irrational holding or selling of investments. The illusion of action, meanwhile, gives investors a false sense of control, prompting unnecessary trades that may not be beneficial. Together, these incentives are carefully engineered to exploit human biases, making it challenging to maintain rational decision-making in the face of market pressures. Many investors operate under the assumption that they are merely observers of the market, detached from its fluctuations and trends. However, this perspective overlooks a crucial reality. Investors are active participants, deeply influenced by the very forces they seek to analyze. Market-driven incentives shape their decisions, often in subtle yet powerful ways. These incentives can lead to herd behavior, emotional responses, and a tendency to follow prevailing narratives. Recognizing this blind spot is essential for understanding how personal biases and external pressures can impact investment choices. By acknowledging their role as participants, investors can better navigate the complexities of the market. To achieve true safety, peace, and ease in our lives, it's essential to look beyond external influences and focus on personal strategies. One effective approach is to design individual incentive systems that actively resist the manipulative forces often present in the marketplace. By understanding how these forces shape our choices, we can create habits and motivations that align with our genuine needs and values. This process empowers us to make decisions that foster well-being, rather than simply reacting to persuasive marketing or societal pressures. Ultimately, cultivating these personalized systems helps us maintain control, promoting a more balanced and fulfilling life. Implementing protective incentive systems can help investors maintain rational decision-making, especially during periods of market volatility. Simple tools like checklists ensure that each investment decision follows a consistent, thoughtful process, reducing the influence of emotion. Dollar-cost averaging encourages regular investment over time, smoothing out market fluctuations and minimizing the risk of poorly timed trades. The concept of the too hard pile involves setting aside complex or unclear opportunities, allowing investors to focus only on decisions they fully understand. Finally, written investment plans provide a clear roadmap, helping to prevent impulsive actions and reinforcing long-term discipline. Together, these strategies create a structured environment that supports sound financial choices. The key takeaway from this lesson is that genuine investment wisdom lies in managing your own motivations rather than attempting to forecast the actions of others. By focusing on your personal incentives, you create a foundation for sound decision-making. Constructing a fortress of rationality around your investment strategy acts as a safeguard, shielding you from the pitfalls and emotional traps that often arise in volatile markets. This disciplined approach helps maintain clarity and resilience, even when faced with uncertainty. Ultimately, your ability to remain rational and self-aware is what protects your investments from unnecessary risk. As we wrap up, it's important to recognize that everyone faces unique challenges when it comes to resisting harmful incentives. Reflecting on your own strategies can offer valuable insights, not only for personal growth, but also for the broader community. We invite you to consider what systems or habits have helped you stay true to your values, even when faced with pressure. Sharing these experiences can spark meaningful conversations and inspire others. Looking ahead, there are many complex topics worth exploring in greater depth, from ethical decision-making to the psychology behind motivation. Your suggestions for future analyses are welcome, as together we can continue to uncover new perspectives and solutions.